Today I'm going to answer one of my most asked questions, and that is, how long should a video be? The short answer is that the video should be as short as it can possibly be with still achieving a single goal. I often hear a bunch of people crying about how attention spans are the lowest they've ever been, but I call bullshit on that because people watch 30 episodes of The Office in a weekend, and you're telling me that 30 seconds is too long for a video for a business? I think the secret here is content, and good content. If it's good, they'll keep watching indefinitely. If it's not good, they're going to watch probably 5 or 10 seconds in and click away. And I think that people are measuring that success of some of those bad content videos, and then they're just kind of turning their heads and saying, oh, video doesn't work that well because they only watch for 10 to 15 seconds. But I'm going to say that as long as your content is good, they will watch for a long time. I have two examples as far as length goes with videos for business specifically. The first one is an ad that I believe it was Miller High Life. I don't know, it could be Budweiser. I don't know my beers. Anyway, the first example is this one right here, where I believe it was a Super Bowl ad. They had a 1 second ad. In this 1 second, it opens, and then it's just a guy yelling, "High Life," and then it ends. And then that's the ad right there. And in 1 second, they made me specifically remember somebody that doesn't even drink beer. They made me remember years and years later that they did this. On the flip side, there's a company called Charity Water that did a 20-minute video. And it's got to be one of the most watched things on YouTube with over 200, 300,000 views. And in this 20 minutes, it felt more like a documentary. It told an amazing story. And for me specifically, I had no idea that 20 minutes passed while I was watching this thing. It was that interesting to where I just wanted to keep on watching it. And it did. It felt like a TV show almost. Actually, I'm going to throw in a third example here. That is the Lego Movie. I consider the Lego Movie to be an advertisement, and a really good one at that. It's completely, I don't see it as a malicious thing at all. I don't see it as exploitation. I see it as an amazing story that functions as an ad. Their Lego sales go up a crazy amount. I think they went up about 10% or so. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure Lego sales rose 10% after the first Lego Movie came out. I would imagine that something similar happens after the second movie comes out too. But this was an hour and a half long movie that can be considered an ad, and people go to theaters. They watch it because it's good content. So I'll give some specific examples of what I say. But it always determines on where people are in the funnel, basically. If people don't know who you are, they're less likely to watch a longer video. However, if somebody knows who you are, or even somebody that's purchased from you before, they're probably much more willing to watch a longer video. So here's some specific examples. For gaining awareness, so super top level funnel here, these are people that don't really know anything about your brand. This is their first time visiting your site. I would say that you should try to make a video that's about the same length of time as the average person spends on your site. So for most people, that's between probably 40 and 120 seconds or so. So what I would say is, well, aim within that area right there, because that's how long they're spending on your site anyway. If you can try to use a video to get them to kind of consume the content that they need on a high level basis, it's going to be more effective than written content anyway. So shoot for that, and they should stick around long enough to be able, as long as the content is good. Because again, if it's not good, even at 90 seconds, you can go with a 90-second thing. If it's not good or interesting or content that they want to watch, they're going to click away after 5 seconds, regardless whether it's 90 minutes long or even 15 seconds long for that matter. So if the viewer already knows who you are, maybe they've already seen your kind of intro video, or maybe they've already read a bunch of content about you, they're much more likely to go past these kind of normal 60 to 90 second videos, and they might want to watch something a little bit longer about your brand. This could be a good time to do something that's like maybe in the 4 to 5, even up to 7 minute range. something that maybe goes deeper into your company. And stuff like that just takes a little bit longer than 90 seconds. One of the big things that I tell people is the longer you go into something, the deeper you can get people to feel into something. Now, there's videos out there that within 60 seconds can bring you to tears, but it's a little bit easier to create something that's a little bit longer and dive deep into the feelings that are kind of involved in something. So if it's a company culture video or a video on how the founder of the company created the company, maybe it's an emotional story, and that would be a good opportunity for something a little bit longer and to dive deeper into the backgrounds of things. Something to note here is that if people are about to do business with you or are really close to making that decision, they're going to want all of the content that they can possibly get on you. They want to know everything. So to just give them a 90-second video and just be like, this should work for everybody, I don't think that's going to work. To develop those things, to answer some of these questions that they're probably going to have, to help develop that trust is going to be super important for your videos at this length anyway, and for people at this stage in the funnel of once they know you and they're about to buy from you. And then the other thing is that don't forget about content for people that have already purchased from you. Now, most people's business runs at between 50 and 60% retained business, or people that have already done business with you before and are current clients. Now, for those people, I feel like people are really missing the boat whenever it comes to developing content for that audience specifically. But for them, they're going to be much, much more willing to, again, watch any of the content that you have, especially at those lengths of 10 to 30 minutes long. This could be something like saying how your company works a little bit more, or what you do with the money that you raise, basically. Stuff that's more value-based for you, like the stuff that your company values, and to talk about those things. Your current clients are going to love to see those kinds of things. And it could even be testimonials of those people, and that could benefit you in several ways. But people that have already done business with you, they want to see kind of what you're up to, and they want to see kind of how well you're doing, or see some of the results that you're getting for other people. They want to see that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not saying that you should make videos at these lengths specifically. This is just recommendations. And, even if you can make a 30-second video for your current clients, that's going to be much better than having no video. But again, like I said, I believe that something longer in that area would be pretty beneficial too. The important thing here, as well as all in video, as well as all different kinds of advertisements, is to be remembered by something. Not to just create things that already exist or just generic content. That doesn't really make people remember you specifically. So hint, whiteboard animations, not really that effective, because they're not remembered by people. It's a style that is kind of overdone, super overdone at this point. And whenever people see that, they don't remember if it was you that did that or if it was somebody else. So they do compare the visuals as well as the content as well. So the important thing, no matter how long it is, find a way to be remembered by the person that's watching it. And there's a good chance that they're only going to take away one thing from your video. So it's important to do just that one thing and then give the supporting evidence kind of around that one idea. Now, a lot of companies, they want to have a 60, 90-second video, and they want to say everything about themselves. And that can work in a way if it's just super high level, kind of, we do this for these kinds of people, that kind of thing. That can work. However, people want to do 2 to 5 minute videos and talk about every single thing that they do and give details to how they do it. And they want it to work for an audience that's kind of everyone. And that's kind of another thing, is developing a single piece of content for a single audience at any given point with one goal. And that's all I have. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.